Hare Krishna. We have a need to feel control over our lives. You naturally will get very anxious as you lose control. The more lack of control you feel, the more anxious you'll get, and this will lead to unhappiness, unsatisfaction, etc. So one of the reasons we get very unhappy and frustrated is that we find ourselves in situations that we feel we can no longer control. And this can be the simplest thing, from controlling the mess in your office, in your bedroom, in your house, to bigger things like not feeling you have enough of a voice in society, or feeling that you're out of control, like your life is in control of a government that doesn't listen to you, etc. So it goes from the smallest things to the biggest things. But usually it's about the things that are going on in our lives, about your work, your relationships, and your living environment. So as you feel that you no longer have control, you feel sad, depressed, unhappy, unsatisfied. So there's this trick, and they call this the Zorro circles, based on the famous character Zorro, the one with the sword. And the story goes like this: that Zorro, he wanted to be a hero. He wanted to fight crime. So then he took on the world. He immediately took on the world, and he was fighting crime. He wanted to fight crime all over the world and end crime as it is. He just wanted to be a one-man crime-fighting machine. But he took on too much, and he would get rid of one criminal, another one would come up, and there were so many criminal activities still going on, and he just got terribly depressed. He got depressed because he says, what am I doing? I can't do enough. So the story goes that he got very depressed. He just gave up, got drunk, became an alcoholic, and he just basically he'd given up on life because he just felt he couldn't do it. He couldn't fight crime. It just wasn't happening. So then his mentor, Don Diego, comes up and finds him in this state. And then the story goes that Don Diego finds him in a cave or something. And he says, look, let's start from scratch. So he drew this circle on the ground. And says, okay, from now on, your duty is to keep this circle safe. Protect just this circle. So then Zorro this circle I can deal with. Gave him a little. Okay, so now this is good. Okay, now let's expand the circle a bit more. So then he would expand. Okay, now this, not just a cave, but maybe this mountainside. So protect this mountains. Okay, I got that. Okay, let's protect now this part of this village. Okay, there's no criminals now. All the criminals who went into that part of the village, he would take care of. But look, don't worry about that other part. Don't worry about the other village, just this one. And then so on. He went expanding the circles. And then Zorro regained his confidence and became the famous hero. So this is the same thing you can do. If you're feeling that there's something particularly that you're out of control, just start dealing with that one thing first. Keep it small, and then expand from there. You can use this for your spiritual life as well. There's so many areas of your spiritual life, of self-improvement to work on. There's so much you can work on yourself, but it can be overwhelming because there is actually a lot to do. So start small. Okay, meditation. I really want to meditate. So I'm not going to worry about maybe right now I can't deal with lifestyle change, mindfulness, and living my dharma. So let's start small. Start with just meditation. Can I just not worry about anything else, but just introduce meditation in my life? That's the only thing I'm going to worry about now. So then you introduce that. And once you're comfortable with that, okay, now that I have this, maybe I can add, cultivation of knowledge. Maybe I can add a little more dharmic activity. Maybe I can be focused on myself a little more. Maybe now I can change my diet. Maybe I can sleep better. Okay, maybe now I'm going to work on how I speak. Try to speak in a more gentle way, in a more sattvic way. And then you start working and you expand the circles. You gradually expand the areas you want to work on yourself. Okay, now maybe it's time I can take on exercise. And you keep what you've gained and you make it small. Give yourself a small goal. Conquer that, expand. Conquer that and expand. So this is a scientifically proven technique. It's called the Zorro circles. It's a great technique for you to regain control of your life, regain focus, get your enthusiasm back, and expand slowly your area of work. What are you going to work on and how much you're going to take on. Don't take on the whole world, just one step at a time. Start going to the gym. The simplest exercises. Go there once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. Expand slowly. It's the best thing. When I was becoming a vegetarian, I didn't know about Zorro circles, but by Krishna's mercy, I did Zorro circles anyway. I said, okay, I'm going to do circles of progress. So I started by eliminating from my diet red meat, cows. That's one circle. I wasn't tackling the whole thing. I wasn't like just becoming a vegetarian overnight. I just did cows, just red meat. But I would still eat pork, and I would still eat, veal and fish and eggs. And then after I got that, I did it by size, animal size. So first the cows and then veal. Okay, so I'm not going to eat deer anymore. And then what's the next one? Chicken. But I'm still eating eggs, I'm still eating fish. And then eliminate the fish. And then finally the egg. And then you can eliminate, if you want to be a vegan, go all the way, eliminate cheese and milk products and yogurt. So just instead of just saying everything and then you end up doing nothing, just one thing at a time. It worked for me, for this change to vegetarianism 20 years ago. And it can work for so many other things. It's a great technique. Take things one step at a time. Keep it small, keep it easy. Do that, expand. Do that, expand. And you'll feel control again of your actions. You'll see results, and this will enthuse you to keep changing, to keep increasing, incrementing whatever it is that you're doing. Hare Krishna.